All right.
Okay, great. This is Renita Farrell, and I'm going to be teaching on LinkedIn profile today and how we can um, keep tweaking our profile so that we can bring new contacts to our profile and to our business. So I want to welcome all of you that have joined us here today. And hopefully you can see my screen here. I found a castle and I just felt like I needed some magic today, and this looked very magical to me. So hope you enjoy that, and let me turn down my phone here. Okay. So where we're going to start is going to kind of start at the beginning, but hopefully you all know how to log in to LinkedIn. And when you go to your home page here, you'll find all the updates that are coming in, just like Facebook, their timeline, your timeline. Well, LinkedIn has updates, and so on your home page, you'll see all the updates that are coming through. And this morning I found one that Ramon had shared, and so I just asked that, just like Facebook, you go in and you start liking people's posts, and you'll be surprised at some of the things that you'll find on here that might be of interest to you. Most of them are business related, but sometimes you'll see some personal things. So go ahead and go through those. I never used to do that. And so I've been learning a ton by doing this. Okay, next go over to your profile, and we're going to edit our profile. Oh, before we do that, I want to share with you when you like somebody's page or you go over and read it, what happens, and this is the one that Ramon had just put up. This person has already received 353 shares on this particular post. And so that, yeah, says quite a bit. That's getting her post out there where it needs to be seen. Also, when you go in, you'll find some of your, this is the pulse. The pulse is where you can put your blogging post up, and when you do that, what happens is a lot of people start seeing your posts. And I just wanted to show you this guy. This post is called "Pay Like You're Hiring Your Own Daughter. Merit, Not Manhood should be the only guiding principle in pay." Do you see here, since March 8th, he has 344,949 views. He's got 2,168 likes and 271 comments on this. So if this views is very, very big, you can see how powerful LinkedIn's platform is, because you don't get that many views on Facebook. So I just wanted to be sure and show that to you. I was blown away. I found one post and I couldn't find it this morning. I should have wrote it down. But there was one post that had over 800,000 views. So LinkedIn really helps you as a business to get your information out there. So if you don't have a blog of your own, be sure and start doing some blogging. I have to do this too, but just be sure, and if you've got information you want to put out there, be sure and put it on LinkedIn. And yeah, you don't own this platform, but it will sure help a lot in who sees you. Okay, we're going to go back and we're going to edit our profile. Like I said, go to Profile, go to Edit, and that will bring up your editing screen. Now there's a couple little tricks that I wanted to show you, and that is over here where it says this button that says View Profile As. If you click on this down arrow key, you see it brings up a box that has several things in it that you can select. One is you can view your recent activity. That would be your updates that you've put up. Ask to be recommended, create profile in another language, save it to PDF, or you can manage your public profile settings. Now, when you manage your public profile settings, there's several ways of doing this. So this is just one. And what happens is it brings you over here to your public profile URL. Here is where you can change your LinkedIn address. So usually that's all numbers behind the N. So go ahead and add your name there, or you could add something like join Renita Farrell, or whatever you want to. But you want to be sure and have at least part of your name in there. And then down here, this is just some of the things. You'll want to keep these all check marked, and then make my profile visible to no one, or make it visible to everyone. Well, you want your profile visible to everyone, so be sure you have the second one marked there. And then just go ahead and save it, and you have your settings all saved. Another place for settings is to go up to your picture, your little picture up there, and that will also has a place for your settings. But this is the real simple way. Okay, now we'll go back to the edit mode. The other thing about this box is you can ask for recommendations. And this is really a great way, a lot easier, because otherwise, the other way, if you remember, you have to scroll clear down almost to the bottom. But this way, you can ask for recommendations, you can give recommendations, and it also shows the ones that you have received or the ones you have given. I'm going to show you, I have received one, and this was a while back, and I don't know this guy. That just came out of the clear blue, so I was really surprised. So I haven't done anything with that. Wasn't quite understanding exactly what he was writing there. So I could add that to my profile, or I could ask for changes. The other one is given. If you have given some recommendations, it will show up here. So I gave Ramon and San recommendations. Another one is these were recommendations way back when that I had received. This was when this one over here from Anita was way back when I'd started, and I had absolutely no idea what she was doing. And so what happens is if you don't do anything with these recommendations, they keep showing up on their page, on their profile. And so I'm going to show you with Anita's here. You'll see that, at least it did it yesterday, it kept showing up in her profile. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ignore that, and then that way she doesn't have to see it and I don't have to see it. And the same with this one. This one was from the UK, so I had no idea where that one came from either. So I didn't do anything with that. But Anita's, she's a friend, so I should have wrote something for her. But when you ask for recommendations, what happens is, and this one you'll see that I just asked Donna a few days ago for a recommendation. And what I wrote here was, Dear Donna, I'm in the midst of shoring up my LinkedIn profile and thought I'd reach out to see if you'd be up for giving me a brief recommendation here on LinkedIn based on your experience of the work I've done using the bars on you. And if you're not comfortable doing so, absolutely no worries. Meantime, hope this note finds you well, and sincerely, if there's anything I can do to help you out here on LinkedIn or otherwise, please let me know. So I sent that to her, and I can also send, she doesn't get her notifications on her phone anymore. So when I talked to her the other day, I asked her if she saw it, and so she said no, but she couldn't get it. For some reason, it wasn't showing up on her phone after she went and looked, because this goes into your message area. And so she said she would do it when she got home this weekend and do it on her computer. So what I'll do is tomorrow morning I will send a reminder, and all I have to do is click right here, or I can withdraw the request. So if she is not interested, or say after several weeks I still haven't heard from her, I can withdraw the request. Okay. So how do you do this? Well, ask your connections to recommend you. What do you want to be recommended for? Okay, so when you open up this box, it shows you everything that you have in your profile that tells what you do or have done in the past. So you can go in here and select. So for Donna, what I did, I needed a recommendation for my access bars as a facilitator at Access Consciousness. But today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, and we're going to do one for team member at PDL. And so just click on that. Now I can go down here. Who do you want to ask? So I'm going to put in, let's see. I don't think Sue Witten is here yet, but you see it brings up the people that you're connected with. And you can go here. You can do up to 3 people. So I'm going to do Ramon. Okay, so Ramon's in there. And I will do San. And you'll want to do these that are all in the same area that you're talking about. So I'm working on the PDL Pro, so everybody will need to be in PDL that I ask for recommendations from. So what is my relationship with Sue? I could say, let's see. I work with Sue, but in a different group. And then what is Sue's position? Well, she is president at SueWitten.com. Okay, now we start with Ramon. What relationship to Ramon? I am a client of Ramon's. And who is, or what position does Ramon hold? He's the CEO of PD Pro. Now, Sam, I can also say, let's see, I manage SAN directly. There you go. uh, that I was the client of SAN. Some of these that they ask for don't always go for us. And what does SAN do? He's the trainer of the ambassador or administrator at the next level on entrepreneurship. Okay, so here is where you write your message. And you'll see they already have, LinkedIn is good. You know, they give you an already wrote up message, so you could be lazy and just do theirs, or you can make up one of your own. So what I'm going to do is, and I'm going to give you guys, since you're on the call, that last week I shared with you about John Nemo, and this week he shared with us his testimonial script that he writes for recommendations. And so I have it wrote up already over here. That's not the right one. And so what we're going to do is I'm just going to copy and paste this one over on, and this is the subject. Now this one's going to be different than the one I did for Donna. And so I'm going to put this, it'll be Sue Witten, need your help fast. And then I will go back and I will type in all of this, or I should say copy and paste all of this. And it will go in here. And then I can go in and fix it up so it's a little easier to read. And this one, what this one does, this one gives a little more detail as to what I want from them. Okay, I think I got that. So this one says, I'm in the midst of shoring up my, let's get it up here where you can see it. I'm in the midst of shoring up my LinkedIn profile and thought I'd reach out to see if you'd be up for giving me a brief recommendation here on LinkedIn. What was the biggest value or benefit you received from my LinkedIn webinars? Give me some details. Anything specific you could share around questions like that would be perfect and mean the world to me. I know you've mentioned in the past how pleased you have been with the LinkedIn webinars, so it's really just an extension of that thought, along with ideally a few specific types of results you could share that someone in your shoes looking for something like the LinkedIn webinars would want to hear about before choosing to work with me. Does that make sense? Again, I'd be grateful beyond words if you can help, and no worries if you don't feel comfortable writing anything up. Either way, let me know how you are doing and how sincerely I can help you out with anything here on LinkedIn or otherwise. Talk more soon, Renita Farrell. And you can put your title here, so I had to come up with one, LinkedIn webinar specialist. So, and then what you do is you just send this, and they will be getting this. If they have notifications on their phone, they'll be getting notifications, or they will get a notification in their email saying that they have a message from me. So that's how you do recommendations. Like I said, you'll notice when you go on your profile, it's easier just to go back here, and you go down to, let's see where it is. If I can find it. I may not be able to find it. Let's see. It's usually down here somewhere where it'll ask, and it might be, since I'm in the editing mode, it probably won't show up. But it'll ask you if you want to make a recommendation for the person that you're looking at. So, okay. So that shows you how to do your how to get recommendations, and it's always good to use those recommendations because you'll see I'll be showing you how you can put those in the summary. But before you do anything, always be sure and go down here to notify your network and click that on no, so that every time you change your profile page, you don't people don't get an email saying congratulate Renita Farrell on changing jobs or whatever the case is. So always have that on no, and then you're not going to be bombarded with congratulations. Okay, so we're going to go to the summary. And to do your editing, just click on the pencil here. And what I'm going to show you, and you're going to get a PDF of this, so you don't have to take notes on this, but always be sure, and as you're doing your summary, you're going to make it very simple for them to find out what you do. So always capitalize the first 3 words here, what I do. And this is going to tell them what you do. And then the next one is going to be how I do it. And so I'm talking about the webinar, the LinkedIn webinars that I do here. And so on Friday mornings, I train about LinkedIn on a weekly webinar through PDL Pro. Then how I work with, and I put in here, I partner with PDL Pro, providing LinkedIn trainings for members. So if you have more than one person or one company that you work with, you can make a list there. Why it works, you can put in how that works. And John sent out a whole description of how to do this, and so that's what I'll put in the PDF for you, how you can follow along. The next in what makes us different. So you want to describe what makes your company different, or what you do different than the competitors. What others say. Okay, so this is why you ask for the recommendations. And so when they give you the recommendations, you can come in here and just copy and paste the recommendations right in here. And you can do 2 or 3 depending on how long they are, because you got to remember the summary is only 2,000 characters, so you have, or 2,000 words. So you have to, be sure you have plenty of room for your other stuff. And then ready to talk. So you can, this is your call to action. Reach out to me directly here on LinkedIn, or email me at, and you give your email address, visit me online at, and you can put your website there or your blog, whichever, where you want them to go, or they can call you directly and you can give them your phone number. And it might be best if you get a Google phone number so that you don't have to have your personal number up there. And then just go ahead and save it. And what I did was, in order to describe a little more about PDL, is I put my photo in here that I used that I made to tell what all PDL Pro does, for what all tools we have in PDL Pro so they would have some idea as to what we do. Okay, so that gives you that summary. Now what you can do is you can take that same outline and move it down to your next position and do the same thing right here. So as a team player member in PDL Pro, what I did was I saw I hadn't done this one, so I just went and copied the other one. So I'll go back in and I'll reword this for strictly my part on PDL Pro instead of talking so much about the webinar. My in-cruises as a club member, I went ahead and I did that same outline, only I used it for in-cruises. So you just keep going on down, and this is the same here. This is why I asked Donna for her recommendation in my Access Consciousness program, because I had done the bars on her and she had very good results. So I just wanted to have her input, and I'm going to get a couple of other ones from there. But that's how that works. And then you can put your videos, anything, pictures, any type of webinars, whatever you do here in the bottom. This was for Opportunity Launch. I haven't updated this one yet, but I do have my videos there. So you can just keep going on down and working this. Then the other thing I want to show you, this is really neat how this all works. So if you don't like the arrangement of how LinkedIn has put all this, what you can do is, okay, say I want my access bars facilitator up here at the top. You just click on this little box that has the arrow going up and down, and you can move this to where you want it. So I can put that, so you can see it went up here right under PDL Pro, and my in-cruises went down below it. So just take that little box and you can move it wherever you want it. If I wanted my in-cruises up at the top, right under my summary, that's where I could put it. So you can move that around, and then here is where you can add your videos, your images, your documents, your presentations, and any of that. And of course the pencil, you can do your editing. So that is what I had for that. And then the other thing, this is not LinkedIn, it is and it isn't, but it's something that I have thoroughly enjoyed since I've learned it, and it's been something that I've been wanting to share with you guys, and just decided today was a good time, I guess. So I did a PDL, or a PDL, a PowerPoint to get it to look halfway decent. And so I wanted to share this with you. It's Renita's daily schedule. I learned this from Michael Burnoff. I don't know if any of you know him, but he's a coach. And he's, to me, he's very hyper. And so he talks fast, kind of like Ramon. And he has a whole lot to say in a very short amount of time. And so one of the things that I learned, and this is the one that I put on top of my list that I liked that he gave, and that was how to make your daily schedule and how to make it so that you don't feel like a failure at the end of the day after when you look at your uh, schedule. So what he talked about is he says, okay, so you can start listing, say the night before you're making out your schedule. Okay, they recommend you do that. Sometimes I do it. I end up doing it in the morning instead of the night before, but I'll write down what I want to accomplish for that day. So this is what I wrote down last night as to what I wanted to get done today. Repeat my Access Consciousness questions, do dishes, listen to BDL Pro webinar, sweep floors, sit down to determine my target market, get dinner for my son, turn on Facebook, send 2 messages, add 3 new friends on Facebook, get 4 people in my target market comments on Facebook, make 5 posts of my own, give at least 6 likes, write blog posts, do the same on LinkedIn as I did on Facebook, make 1 video 2 to 4 minutes long, and fix supper. Whew, that sounds like a lot of work. And the thing is that when we write these down, you wonder, people, some coaches tell us not to write more than 3 or 5 things on our to-do list. Well, 3 to 5 things. Sometimes what I found is, say if you got a drawer that needs to be cleaned out. What I discovered when I was doing Fly Lady many years ago was they would have you time how long it would take you to do something. And what I found was what I thought would take me all day would only maybe take me 5 minutes. And what I found was most of that all day thing was procrastination or worrying. Okay, well, if I do this, then I've got to do this, or what if I don't get it done? So all that junk was always coming up, and I'd never get anything done. But when I started timing myself, I found out as I actually did the thing, it didn't take me very long. 5-10 minutes, probably at the very most. So when he started talking about how to do this, it perked my interest, and what he said was, a lot of times we'll make this list just like this, but what happens is we say, okay, so this morning I have to repeat my questions, and I need to do the dishes, and I need to listen to the webinar, and I need to sweep my floors, and I need to get my target market in order, and I need to fix a dinner for my son, and oh yeah, I gotta do my 2 messages on Facebook. Well, I'm wore out by that time, okay? So what he suggests is remove the and. Even though you don't put and in there, you got to remove that and. Well, how do you remove that and? You come over here and you put or. So after every task that you write down, so repeat my Access Consciousness questions, or do dishes, or listen to PDL Pro webinar, or sweep floors, or determine my target market, or fix dinner for my son, or turn on Facebook and send 2 messages, or add 3 new friends on Facebook, and so on and so forth. Can you see the difference in how you feel using and compared to how you feel when you use or? It's like, oh my gosh, wow, that it makes it so much easier. And what happens is you don't have to have these in any certain order. Because if you're able to say, strike, you got your blog post wrote, and who knows, maybe you got up early and you just felt like writing your blog post, so you can cross that out. Well, then you, since you were on the computer, and you were in the writing mode, you went ahead and you did your 2 messages. So you got that done. Oh yeah, and while I'm doing that, I just will make my comments. So I can cross that off. Now I can cross off my likes because, 6 likes don't take long. And so I may not even get any of this other done today. Maybe my son didn't stay for dinner, so turned out I didn't have to cook for him. So I still feel like I accomplished something because this or gave me a choice, whereas and doesn't. It made me feel like I had to do this all in this order. And it was just so freeing to be able to put these ors over here. So every time I make a list, and usually mine's all in handwriting that I do it, I make my list, and I always put or behind my each task now. And my husband, he doesn't know about this. And so he'll come home, he'll see my list on the table, and he'll say, well, you didn't do this, or you didn't do this. I said, that's fine. It just didn't work out today. I don't have to be made a failure just because I didn't get my video made, or because I didn't get to really concentrate on who my target market is. So hopefully this will help you to be able to be more free about your task. And you can make a big long list of tasks now and not feel like a failure. Now you can feel like a winner, a successful person, even though you don't accomplish all of the tasks that you wanted to get accomplished today. So that is my little bonus for today that I wanted to share with you. And so if we want to open it up for any questions, I'm open